In this video, I will be sharing with you 3 goals that you need to set yourself right now to change your life for good. And this is a much requested video year after year, and I keep postponing it year after year. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Jacqueline, and I'm an entrepreneur. I own 2 restaurants at a point in time. I actually own 4 restaurants in United States and 1 in Italy. Also, I own a catering business. I do event planning, event designing, and I'm also a digital content creator here on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok. And a lot of you always ask me how you do it all. I'm gonna be clear with you. No, I cannot do it all. I'm a human, but there are 3 things that I always work on to help me out with my achievements. So my first goal to implement is setting monthly goals, not year goals. You should have an overall picture of your year goal, but then you have to divide it into small commitments to then see the big picture. That's why it's important to have monthly goals, and not only that, weekly goals. And this is not rocket science. To-do list, it is a thing. I know a couple years ago or something like that, I remember there was kind of like this trend of like no to-do list. No. To keep you in track, you must have some goals for the month, some goals for the week that will make you achieve the overall goal of your year. So it's time to plan out and give yourself time to plan out well, and do not overwhelm yourself with so many goals. Something that is achievable, something that you have been looking forward to it, and do not put more than, I will say, between 2 to 3 goals a year, like the big picture, because otherwise it could be overwhelming, and then you will get deviated in different routes and journeys that will get you nowhere. In addition, that monthly goals or weekly goals and even to-do lists, it will help you a lot to do not procrastinate, because as long as you have it in a way that is manageable for you, you know yourself more than anybody else. And it had happened to me too. I mean, it happens to me many times throughout the year that sometimes I get so overwhelmed by the amount of things that I have to do that all of a sudden I freeze. And then I stop doing things, and then to pick up where I left off, it feels even heavier. And then is when, nature is, I'm just going to start procrastinating and just making excuses for myself so that way I don't keep going. But then that means that wherever you want to go, whatever you want to achieve, it's going to be delayed as well. So make sure those goals are doable with your lifestyle, so that way you don't end up procrastinating, freezing, and then delaying things, and then taking where you left off. It will feel a lot heavier. The second goal that you need to set yourself right now, it is decluttering. That is super important. Clear your mind. And the way to clear your mind is, your brain is such a perfect machine. Your mind will help you to solve any puzzles, and one of those puzzles are the things that you have around. If you have too many things, material things, your mind is going to get overwhelmed, because your mind is going to be thinking about, okay, how I'm going to organize it, how I'm going to make it fit in here or there, or how would it fit on my lifestyle. And if things are in the middle of the way, your mind is preoccupied on how it's going to organize itself to actually keep going. And that is wasted time. And we all know time is precious. Time is not supposed to be given like this. Time is value. It's a lot of value. You don't know what is your lifespan. So you only have that moment. Therefore, you need to plan out to achieve the things that you want to achieve without really having to puzzle things out. And therefore, it's super important to declutter. Talking about decluttering, yes, I will be decluttering a lot of things in my life. I always told you, since I started my YouTube channel, I started first like really not knowing what I was going to do and what not. So then I entered into, okay, I'm going to be reviewing a lot of like the new makeup releases from the luxury world and whatnot. And for a few years, I have been doing that until, I'm going to be honest with you, I got stressed out. It's just too much. It's the stress of like, oh my gosh, this new release, I have to get my hands on it, to be the first one to upload the video and to have the review. And Yeah, that's great, but that's not an evergreen type of video. That what I mean with that is that video isn't, I mean, at the beginning it's going to have a lot of views, but then after that, that video is going to start dying because most likely that collection may be just completely limited edition. And then if somebody is not able to find it, they are not going to look for that specific review. Does it make sense? So that being said, be selective. Selective on the things that I'm putting my time, my effort into, my work. If that thing that I'm gonna do is gonna produce me something better, and my goal this year, like my actual behind the scenes goal of my YouTube channel, is to get to that 100k. How I'm gonna get to 100k? Well, I do have a plan of action. Obviously, I'm gonna put all my effort as I usually do. No, I'm not gonna deviate my type of content. I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. I have planned so many different things. I know I have a niche, but my niche is not taking me anywhere and is not growing my YouTube channel as I want to. And there is limited time. I can put my investment on my time on another type of business, on something completely different. I'm not the person to give up. So I have done a plan and I'm going to take action on that plan. That's why decluttering is super important. Decluttering your mind and make it more clear the path where you want to go. Having clarity of mind is extremely important to really be laser focused where you wanna get. And the last important goal that you should always do, I'm not saying like all the time, every month or every year, but it is reinvent yourself, achieve your identity. And you're gonna be like, what? Do I need to pretend to be somebody else? No, it's not pretending. No, it's not faking it until you make it. No, it's nothing of that. It's to actually embody who you want to be. And again, it's not pretending, it's not acting. No, you're not acting. You are feeling inside who you are and who you want to be. Let me tell you something. When I hit my 40 years old, I start feeling sick. I started feeling like everything was going downwards. I tried to lift up myself so much, but I was feeling so like I'm getting older. Things are, like feeling weird. That I started having fears of so many things. Fear of flying, fear of being sick, and actually getting sick out of nothing because my mind put me into it. And after doing so much work in myself, meditation being one of them, I understood that I have to internalize in that person to be that person, not just feeling it, but actually become my new self, because my new identity is what is going to create my reality. So if I want to be that successful influencer, if I want to next time hold my first 100k YouTube plate, or who knows, 1 million, then I have to feel that I am that successful influencer, just as I view myself as that successful restaurateur that I am. If you want to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see another type of content too, I would love to hear from you. So make sure you comment on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, well, it's free. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And I will be leaving a couple other videos at the end of the screen that I'm sure you're gonna love. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.